Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So the update is here and Shocker and Red Skull both are finally buffed. So some of the most important things, well all of the important things that have been changed with Shocker is that his physical vulnerability passive potency is raised from 20 to 30%, so that effectively translates to more damage in his rotation after level 2. Critical rating raised, and we have but he doesn't crit, keep that in mind. Unblockable no longer consumes charges. That's probably the major change, making him much easier to use, and you will not accidentally eat up your ramp up when AI goes passive. And Special 1 grants 30 charges instead of 25, effectively making him ramp up slightly faster. So all of that should translate into some noticeable changes in damage. As always, with these pre and post buff videos, we're going to establish a baseline in some of the fights. I'm going to explain the rotations and before the update. Then we're going to see how he does after the changes. So with Shocker, he's a very simple character in a sense where he is built around his heavy attack. You effectively ramp up by landing combos on your opponent. Your counter goes up with every hit. Your level 1 gives you additional 25 charges pre-buff, 30 charges post-buff. You typically throw 1 or 2 level 1s in order, well, based on the length of the fight. Then you go for your level 2, there's a long passive stun, you charge your heavy attack forever, and then you hopefully finish out the fight. Obviously, that means that he's not necessarily a ramp-up character and not necessarily made for like endgame piece of content. So here I am going to go for a heavy attack with 95 charges. Don't worry, later we get one with full 100 just to establish the baseline damage. And here we're going to see that with 95 charges, he did 130 something damage. And now you have to start over. Now all of your ramp up is used up. And unlike the first time, the second time to ramp him up is slower because the very first level 1 you throw with Shocker, pending on your Sig ability, either costs no power or costs less power, depending on your Sig level exactly. So the second time you have to ramp up Shocker, it is kind of slower. But on the bright side, by the time we're going to finish the cycle, we will be at 100 charges because we will have to land more combos. So here we can see that I'm at 100 charges right now. And we can see that random stun popping up based on the amount of charge you have. You have a chance to stun your opponent, which actually is a very annoying ability. I kind of wish he didn't have. But let's see. So 100 charge heavy attack is about to do the worst it can. There is a way how to gain more. So this was 139k, just to make a mental note. Shocker has a way to go past 100 charges. That involves level 3, however, and in most fights it doesn't really work out faster at all. You can see a bigger number, yes, but you know, level 3 animation, everything else, I don't think it's necessarily a great way to go, which I'm gonna kind of prove shortly. So now we saw that 2 full rotations still didn't quite get the Winter Soldier down, so I went with 1 level 1 into the level 2, and we're gonna drop our heavy attack at 55 charges, so kind of half a ramp. And with that, should finish off the fight almost. And this lasted in total 2 minutes and 33 seconds. So as I said, I also did the full ramp test with the level 3 rotation and then spamming your level 1s and then dropping the full heavy attack with 150 charges just for the point of curiosity. We're going to see that 150 charge heavy attack here in a second. And that is going to be, 1 sec. Charge up, eat up all your charges. And that is 209k. So that is the heavy attack. 209k with 150 charges, 139k with 100 charges. And then obviously we can take him in against Deadpool. As I have been saying, Deadpool's health pool is too small to test on for Valorant's purposes, for when using, like, you know, 7-star, rank 2, rank 3 champions maxed out 6 stars. When you're doing a testing with 6-star rank 3, this is about as accurate representation as you can have for a Valorant's match effectively. Now, given that, Deadpool's obviously also a very easy matchup. In the first fight, I'm going to go for 2 level 1s, just to absolutely make sure that I will be able to finish off that Deadpool. I'm dropping my level 2 with 85 charges. I'm going to charge it up, and that is going to be enough. Here we're not looking at the exact number, we're looking what was the time, and that was 42 seconds. And then I'm gonna try and do it with one level 2, and spoiler alert, I'm kind of going to fail. So this was with one level 2, and he stays at 7%. And this is kind of problem with Shocker, because if you don't kill your opponent with that heavy, then, you know, finishing off takes a whole lot of time extra. It's kind of like with Morbius or Mantis in a sense. Mantis is not as bad, but Morbius definitely quite bad there. So this fight we're not going to count because I tried to go for like a big nuke there and I didn't succeed. Then I tried the Deadpool fight again and I still couldn't get it faster than 42 seconds, I think. Yeah, this one was even slower. So 42 seconds is what we went with. Now we have the update, which means we can test against the Winter Soldier. Again, he will have more damage. He's going to ramp up quicker. His physical vulnerability is going to be more potent. And we can actually see what he does now. In all other ways, he basically plays the same, other than the fact that, you know, you don't need to worry in using your unblockable ability when you are above 50 charges, because you will not eat them up if opponent actually puts up their block. So that's awesome. Going for another level 2, we can see that those extra 10 charges you can get from the 2 level 1 rotation, it's actually quite meaningful, because that pretty much lets you have the full ramp up in your 2 level 1, level 2 rotation. Or, you know, I could have just thrown another combo and it would have been there. This is going to be with 95 charges. Don't worry, guys, we're going to get the full 100 charge ramp as well. So this was already 164k, and it felt significantly better. And this wasn't even like the full ramp, right? So with that, I do genuinely think on like approximately equal ranks, he'll probably be able to nuke the Battlegrounds fights with his rotation, which is kind of awesome because you can still do it in under a minute if he's high sig. And yeah, that already makes a difference. Now, will it make enough of a difference for him to effectively, you know, have some sort of resurgence in Battlegrounds? I think that will largely also depend on matchups that you bring in the Shocker, because we do have a lot of nuke champions. Right? The question is whether his added utilities will make people want to use the champion. So here's going to be 100 charge heavy attack, and that's 172k. So it gained 33k basically at the rank 3 level. That's a lot. I feel like that's slightly more than he missed, or that is about enough to actually, you know, make him good at the end here. So just finish it up, and we're going to try the level 3 rotation here, I believe. And we're going to see how much he does at 150 charges now. Previously, it was 209k, and now we can take a look at the new and improved level, rotation with the 150 charges. Again, unsynergized, rank 3, max 6 shocker. And this one does now 236, I believe. It's something like that. I butchered the end of the fight here. Don't pay attention to that, but I believe that was 236k. So that was not bad. Oh no, 258. So that's what? 25% increase, almost like 20 some. That makes a difference. It really does. So the final clips are obviously Deadpool. Will he finish this faster? And there's one thing that we can be certain of now. We definitely don't have to go for the 2 level 1 rotation, at the very least in this Deadpool fight. And that, again, makes quite a bit of a difference, because it's one less power bar you need to gain before you're capable of KOing your opponent. And now we can see that I probably could have just thrown my level 2 already, because I would have had increased damage, but I did want to bait out that level 2. So going there now. So this is already like a bit of an overkill at this point. I feel I could have thrown my level 2 quicker, but level 1, level 2 rotation for sure, you know, finishes him off, because I did 157k on that heavy attack. It was 39 seconds, and I definitely could have done it faster as well. So again, with this, I do kind of feel way more confident. And again, this 200k health pool, which is a lot of health, that is a big health pool for a rank 3 shocker with class disadvantage, mind you. And now I'm just going for the 2 level 1 rotation, and that as we are going to see, 2 level 1 rotation, boom, that's enough. And doing these bits of testing, it genuinely made me feel like, Shocker has, at the very least, the damage now to be played in Battlegrounds. We're going to have to, again, look how he matches up against the rest of the champions. I'm probably going to put him through my matchup spreadsheet. I'm going to be doing a stream at some point soon. Changing it up a bit as well, because we need to add Onslaught very soon there, and we will need to add Maestro there, plus make a few other changes. And then we're going to see how he measures up. But no, I'm definitely significantly more interested in Shocker after his buff, because, there is a difference. There's a noticeable difference. And I do want to acknowledge that. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what has been your experience with the Shocker. And I'm going to catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about